earlier, you had mentioned, I think when we were off camera, you had mentioned a group that has formed recently, a parent group.
Yeah.
So can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, we're calling ourselves Athens Parents for Racial Equality.
Okay.
And the group started in response to some racist activity going on in the high school. One parent felt like she needed help and support from an incident that happened with her son. So,
Okay.
So she got together with a friend, and then I heard that there was this group that was going to be started, and it sounded like a really good positive thing for me to be involved in, having an African American child. And then we just spread the word through Facebook and word of mouth, and we have a good...
And so how long has this been since it got started?
Since last fall, I think.
Okay.
The end of the summer. So
Okay.
it's a new group.
Okay, yeah, that is new. And were you aware of this? And are you involved?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'm involved in
And so what's kind of in the works? How often are you meeting? What kind of activities?
We have met several times. Right now we're trying to meet about once a month, and we are just trying to be we're trying to collaborate with the superintendent with different things that he's trying to do as far as curriculum, kind of addressing.
So is he or are any school representatives attending your meetings?
He has, yep, he's been to
Okay.
a couple of our meetings, and we just invited him to come and just kind of update us on some of the
Okay.
details of the things
So-
that he's got the ball rolling.
Okay.
with.
Are you reaching out to parents that are within the Athens school district only then?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's for Athens City Schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you were mentioning that Superintendent Gibbs has been doing some things that you are excited about. So what are some of those things?
Well, I could actually grab my phone and, like, if you want details, I can give you those, but just in general, he's going to be having trainings for teachers and staff in the Athens City Schools.
Nice.
And also trying to address how we talk about certain historical events in a way that's more truthful and sensitive, so
That's
that it's
awesome.
not
That's
just
great.
from a Caucasian male perspective.
That's great.
And there's going to be a student focus group. It's going to be mediated by some selected people in the community to talk about race and intolerance and discrimination in the high school, and then they're going to be having the same thing in the middle school.
Wow.
So that's coming up in February, and the middle school groups I think will happen probably in the fall.
That's excellent.
So yeah, there are
Wow.
lots of different related things going on that I think
so great.
Dr. Gibbs was wanting to do anyways, but then I feel like just having our Athens Parents for Racial Equality group has encouraged him that it is possibly a bigger problem than he thought. For example, I've heard stories of kids wearing the Confederate flag to school and kind of
Wow.
like using it as a way to like entice black kids, like, what are you going to do about it, you know? And
Wow.
I think any kid of color. I mean, that's a
Stuff that
pretty
happens.
out
Wow.
front declaration.
Wow.
and that stuff happens.
Is that they're
a
not
lot.
allowed? Are they? I mean,
Yeah.
they're allowed to wear that.
Well,
to school?
not anymore, but that's a really new thing. They have been allowed,
Oh.
but Dr. Gibbs changed the handbook when, you know,
Okay.
issues were raised, and our group expressed a lot of concern about the Confederate flag in the school, and he managed to change the handbook.
Yeah, because I kind of fell out of the loop. I know I'd
Yeah.
been really involved in some of the policy discussions because I think it's really important that there are, in a school setting, that you can't like fix people, but you can fix the consequences for their behaviors.
Yeah.
And you can fix grievance proceedings. And I guess I'd kind of dropped out because I got really busy with work.
Sure.
But were there some changes made to the handbook and to the anti-bullying
Yes,
policies?
like hate speech. There's going to be more specific consequences, like step 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
and also we're coming out with like this palm card that every parent and student in the district is going to receive. That's kind of like what to do, step 1, 2, 3 for when, if you feel like you've witnessed discrimination or have been a victim of it, you know exactly who to talk to, their email, like so that it's spelled out, so you don't have to wonder like, what can I do about this? What should I do about this?
That's so great.
It is.
And I hope our viewers then that might be in similar situations or have some similar concerns can take heart and be motivated and inspired by what you're doing and say, oh, we could maybe form the same kind of group in our school district. So
I think
kudos to you guys.
Yeah.